I'd imagine you're pretty familiar with the city's ordinance governing fireworks.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit, what are the limits that the ordinance places on fireworks inside the city limits?
The biggest thing that the ordinance places is the time that you're allowed to set them off, and that's the question I probably get more often than not. The time that you're allowed to set fireworks off is from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. They do extend that out for the holiday for July 3rd and 4th, and actually December 31st. It goes from 10 a.m. to 12 midnight. Biggest thing when it comes to fireworks is to make sure that you're being safe. Make sure that you're buying from a reputable dealer. Any of the tents that we have here in Georgetown have been inspected by myself so that you can feel safe in buying them from those particular vendors.
What tips would you give people to make sure that their backyard fireworks is a safe activity?
Well, the one thing that I would recommend is we have an awesome display set off by Toyota. If you don't feel comfortable setting off fireworks, enjoy that. You know, go to that, or go to some of these other public firework venues where they have everything in place, all your safety measures. As far as doing it just at your home, just some common sense tips. Have some extinguishers maybe available, or just some water in case you're able to, something does get out of hand or whatever. Keep them away from structures. Set them off on your concrete, either the road or your driveway, sidewalk. Do not set them off in the grass.
Why?
Just to keep that grass from catching on fire. July, it starts to get very hot. It doesn't take much for that fire to go to set the grass. Then it can spread obviously into other places. So in that term is, and just another thing is just common courtesy. I think that goes a long way with just your neighbors. If you don't set them out past the time that it needs to, you know, that time limit that you have. If you know you got kids next door and they're trying to sleep, just have some common courtesy with your neighbors and pick up your debris. When you get done setting them off, you know, let them cool off, but that next morning, get rid of all that garbage and keep Georgetown clean. Sparklers can be very, very hot. You're talking about an oven can be 350 degrees. The tip of that sparkler can be up to 1,500 to 2,000 degrees. Just make sure that whenever you are setting off sparklers and you have them, kids love to play with them and whip them around, make sure you have a bucket of water to throw them into just to keep them extinguished.
They also throw off little bits of that fire and stuff. Is that a concern for kids' eyes and that kind of thing?
It is, absolutely. That's the biggest thing, is that you need to make sure that, and when we're out doing these tents, the biggest thing that I stress to them is make sure you're not selling to minors. Kids are very, very curious when it comes to looking at anything that they see their parents doing, and that comes down to just lighters and matches in general. But when they see their parents lighting fireworks, they get very curious with it. So make sure that you do store your fireworks in a place that kids can't reach easily. Let them understand the power that they have behind them. You know, we see a lot of videos and in training where kids have lost fingers and, you know, messing with fireworks and let them explode in their hands. So just teach safety to your children, just like any other fire safety.
So parents should monitor their kids, or make sure their kids are, anytime the kids are going to be using fireworks, the parents should be involved.
Well, kids do not need to be using fireworks. Anytime the parents are actually there, just make sure that they're just educating the children on what the power that these fireworks have. The children should not be lighting any fireworks whatsoever.